In this tutorial, we will make an in-the-hoop pony for our doll. Load the pony legs file and stitch the die lines for the ears and the legs on a new piece of stabilizer. Cover the die lines with fabric or felt. Stitch the tack down for each leg and the guidelines which show where to glue. Also stitch the 2 placement lines for the feet fabric. Take 2 pieces of fabric the width of the legs combined, folded lengthwise and right sides out, and taper glue them with the fold touching the feet guidelines. Layer the other folded fabric right on top of the other, with the fold touching the same guidelines for the feet. Finally, place a piece of felt over everything. Back of the machine, we'll stitch the final tack down for the legs. Remove the legs from the hoop and on the reverse side, cut along the outer lines, leaving the tabs intact. You can allow more of a safety edge here if you prefer. We will cut the ears on the stitch line. Trim or tear away the excess stabilizer. Carefully turn each leg using a pencil. If you have trouble turning the legs, you can use the pony unturned file. Stuff each leg with polyfill. Fold open the tabs on each leg and place a thick bead of Fabri-Tac glue into the opening of each leg. Press and hold for about 1 minute. Clamp the seams shut on the guidelines of each leg using binder clips or wonder clips. While the glue on our legs are drying, we will load the pony back file and a new piece of stabilizer and stitch the die line. Cover the die line with fabric or felt and stitch the nostrils and the eyes. Let's stitch the die line for the saddle. Cover the die line for the saddle with fabric or felt. Stitch the tack down for the saddle. Now we stitch the die line for the forehead patch. Cover with fabric or felt. Stitch the tack down for the forehead patch. Next, we'll stitch the ribbon die line. Trim only the stitched edge of the saddle and the forehead. Glue or tape the loose edges down. There is a line in the center of the ribbon circle. Apply the ribbon following that line. The ribbon should be about 12 inches long. The end of the ribbon should lay inside the circle. Tape it in place. Now we'll stitch the tack down for the ribbon. Stitch the die line for the harness. Cover the die line with fabric or felt. Stitch the tack down for the harness. Trim against the tack down lines for the harness, but leave the ends uncut. Glue the loose ends down. We coil our ribbon up and tape it down. We conclude sewing the pony back by stitching a series of circles and lines. We'll use these guides later on. In the next video, we will finish up the body of our pony.